Hola a todos. Hello everyone. Before getting into today's case, we'd like to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Babbel. Babbel is a language learning application which provides award-winning courses in languages such as Italian, French, Spanish, German, and many more. The summer is here, and many of us will be taking vacations abroad where we'll meet new people, explore new places, and experience different cultures. Why not prepare for your vacation by learning a new language with Babbel? Since COVID restrictions lifted, I've been planning several vacations to Belgium and Spain, and although I'm familiar with Spanish, I wanted to refresh my skills in French since I haven't studied it since high school. I've been going on the Babbel app daily to achieve my goals, preparing myself for real-life situations and conversations by participating in engaging activities in reading, writing, listening, and speaking, many of which are just 10 minutes per lesson, and you can participate in them offline. This means you can learn a new language within just a matter of weeks and with no adverts. There are various games, videos, and even a podcast to help you with your learning, and even live classes with real teachers. Unlike several other language learning apps on the market, the content made by Babbel has been made by native speakers of the languages and don't work by an algorithm or material generated by computers. The app even uses speech recognition to help with tuning in to accents and pronunciations. Babbel now offers a 20-day money-back guarantee on all subscriptions, meaning that you can rest assured knowing you can try out the app with no financial commitment. For viewers of Dark Curiosities, Babbel is offering an amazing 65% off a Babbel subscription this summer. Click the link in the description to claim this amazing offer now. Thank you once again to Babbel for sponsoring this video. By March of 1982, 24-year-old Nancy Lorraine Robinson and her 38-year-old husband, James Ezra Robinson, were caretakers of Winters Creek Equestrian Ranch in Washoe Valley, Nevada. The ranch was located on southbound US Highway 395 and was a popular equestrian centre in the area. Not much is known about Nancy and James, but they had been employed at the ranch for a number of months by this time, and they appeared to be happy and living fulfilled lives. On March 6, 1982, a family arrived at the ranch to rent out horses for the day. However, they couldn't finish the full ride, reportedly due to a change in the weather conditions. The Robinsons, who were working on the property that day, suggested that the family return the following morning to finish their ride, free of charge, to which the family gladly accepted. The family returned the following morning, on March 7th. However, the ranch was eerily silent. The property was all locked up, and nobody appeared to be around. Therefore, the family left the property. The next day, March 8th, a construction worker arrived at the ranch to carry out some maintenance work. However, upon their arrival at Winters Creek, they noticed a broken window and some blood on the front steps of the living quarters. Concerned about the welfare of the Robinsons, the construction worker called the local authorities, who promptly arrived at the scene to investigate. Nobody answered the door, therefore police forced themselves into the property, only to be greeted by large pools of blood dotted throughout the Robinsons' residence, along with clear signs of a struggle. Despite this, however, nothing appeared to be out of place or in a state of disarray. However, a number of expensive items were missing, including a number of premium saddles and some jewellery. Rather oddly, some other items of value still remained in the property, including some guns, which, of note, had not been fired recently. Later that same day, the Robinsons' truck was found abandoned along Highway 50, en route to Lake Tahoe, with a flat tyre. Investigators found blood inside the vehicle, along with some of the missing saddles and jewellery, and more guns which once again had not been used recently. A number of tests were carried out on the blood found in the truck and back at the living quarters, but it could not be determined who the blood belonged to. They couldn't even determine a blood type of the samples taken. The owners of the Winters Creek Equestrian Ranch had phoned the Robinsons on the night of the 6th of March, the night they disappeared. During this conversation, according to the owners, nothing appeared to be awry. Nancy and James appeared to be in fine fettle. They hadn't had any known disagreements or arguments prior to their disappearances, though with that being said, many of these incidents normally take place behind closed doors. With that being said, however, 3 months prior to Nancy and James' strange vanishings, the main house at Winters Creek Equestrial Ranch was engulfed by flames and burned to the ground. The Robinsons were due to take polygraph tests regarding the fire in the coming weeks, but they vanished before their scheduled appointments. It's unclear what the circumstances surrounding the fire were. Did investigators conclude that it was an arson attack, or was it merely an accident? Many believe it was arson, but whether there is any evidence to support this is not clear. It is certainly interesting that the Robinsons disappeared before being given lie detector tests. Were they somehow involved in the fire? If so, though, what was their motives? Did they have any enemies? Were the owners of the ranch questioned extensively in regards to their disappearances? Did someone find out that the husband and wife were perhaps stealing expensive materials from the ranch and wanted to seek out some sort of revenge? Even if this was the case, it doesn't explain the vast amount of blood in the living quarters and the blood in the truck. Was Nancy or James, or even both of them, gravely injured, bleeding out whilst trying to reach a hospital? But like with other theories, there was no evidence to suggest either of them received medical treatment following their disappearances. It's unknown whether a thorough grid search was conducted of the area in which the truck was found, or if any items of significance were found within the vicinity of the ranch. Nobody has ever been charged in connection to the disappearances of Nancy and James Robinson, nor in connection to the house fire. Due to the suspicious circumstances in this case, foul play is deemed a high possibility, and both Nancy and James are classified as endangered missing persons. Were the Robinsons attacked by an unidentified assailant and left for dead? Did Nancy and James perhaps stage this break-in in order to avoid being questioned in regards to the fire because they had something to hide? Or were they innocent victims of a robbery gone wrong? Though if that was the case, why did they have some of the expensive saddles and jewellery in their vehicle? Regardless, after over 40 years, Nancy and James Robinson have never been found, and the circumstances surrounding their disappearances remains a mystery to this day. Nancy Robinson was 24 years old, of Caucasian origins with brown hair and brown eyes, standing at approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing 135 pounds. If she is still alive today, Nancy would be 65 years old. Her husband James was 38 years old when he and his wife mysteriously vanished. He was also Caucasian with brown hair and hazel eyes, standing at 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing approximately 210 pounds. James would be 79 years old if he is still alive today. Very little is unfortunately known about this particular case, which leaves us with far more questions than answers. What truly happened at Winters Creek Equestrian Ranch on March 6, 1982, remains unknown. Anyone with any information regarding this case are urged to contact the Washoe County Sheriff's Office on 775 328 3320.